Day 92. Today I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, what am I feeling? Feeling refreshed. I'm feeling rested. I, had a really good, um, I just had a good flow to the day. I had a good workout. I had a good rest. I got a bunch of work done. A lot of reflections on this weekend and really going over everything that happened and taking in the insights of what I learned with core energetics and especially through the processes. Because I had some pretty intense ones. And yeah, I really got to contend with some challenging parts of myself, especially around like attraction. Like there's a lot of women at the in the class that I found myself very attracted to, and it was a really interesting feeling to deal with in this type of setting because I'm just not used to having to think about that while I'm doing like somatic therapy work. Like it was creating a very particular dynamic for me where I could feel like this old pattern come up where I'm I'm too aware of, or I'm too like my mind can't help but take into account the perspective or the imagined perspective of all these women, and I was just having a hard time like really being authentic because my body or my personality or my mind or whatever this habitual um, configuration is like I was constant, like I could feel myself filtering and like putting on an image in order to stay within the good graces or stay attractive or be approved of by, or just like there was a way where I was like constantly externally referencing, like constantly not externally necessarily, but like projecting, imagining how these women were thinking of me, and like I was having a really hard time breaking out of it. um and that was such like a big, it's not like a entirely new realization about how my mind works, but like it was really fascinating to encounter a situation where there were, I don't know, like 8 or 9 women that I felt attracted to and in my class, and like to have to and to feel what that was doing to me, and to feel how not closed, I wouldn't say I was closed, but I was playing it too cool. Like I was having a hard time like taking larger risks that I usually do in this kind of somatic group work. Um, and so I had this big event there or big process there where I just like put it out. Like I shared that this was what I was going through, and that there's I shared who I was. I literally stood there in the room and I had a process where I shared who I was attracted to. And man, it was a wild experience. I was like terrified It was like one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life. Um, and um, and it turned out like really beautifully. Like I learned how much of my stories around how people will react to my attraction to them, um, how wrong I can be about what it means. There was so much judgment. There was so much like shame around like, oh, like it'll make it feel unsafe, or or it might hurt the people who I'm not attracted to, or like it was just all this stuff, just all this like what all these stories about why it was wrong for me to share this. Um, but ultimately, it was fear. It was fear around what it would mean, or fear around just fear about what would the outcome be if this was known about me, if I'm attracted to you and you and you and you and not you and you and you and you and not you, and like what does that do to the room? And it actually was like really beautiful. There was a lot of really surprising reactions, ranging from like totally okay with it to like super excited about it to like being emotional about it and being surprised and being relieved about it, and like feeling special or feeling chosen. There's just so much good that it did, and it made everything so fun, like because it was all out in the open. There was some attraction that came back at me, and now it was just like everybody knows how I feel about them, or all the women know how I feel about them, and I know how some of them feel about me, and it was just like it just became really fun. Like it was just very, and it kind of like really reminded me of Ista too. Like there was such once like the once the transparency was like super owned and direct, like there was just such a sense of relief and such a sense of like innocence as well. And I don't know, it was just such a simple idea, but it's so vulnerable and so scary, and it was just so powerful. Like it really affected me, but and also it clearly like it there were some women it was really profound for as well. Um, and yeah, it's just one of it's the main thing that I've been reflecting on today. I've just been like going through my my memory of the weekend and like taking in kind of what are the insights that I got out of everything. And I don't know, like that was like one of the most interesting ones, and I just thought I'd want to share. So I'm way over time, and so I'll share more in a different video. Yeah. All right, day 92. I'll see you guys on the next one.